everybody. Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. Well, today I have a review for you. This is the review on the Lindberg F100 MiG-21 Value Pack Kit. I picked this one up at Ollies. I picked it up because it was very inexpensive, and my main purpose for it was I wanted to learn more about how to paint aircraft. I wanted to go with a bare metal finish. That was my first intent, because it's just something I want to learn. And frankly, I didn't quite get there. I ended up using Tamiya's bare metal paint, which came out really nicely. It's got a really nice finish to it. I tried to do some black wash and other things, and I wasn't real successful with that. But I decided to just put them together and set them up, and these will be paint mules in the future. I'll likely paint over these and camouflage them and everything else, but I did want to get some good building practice in. And I have to say, overall, these were two fairly nice kits, at least for an elementary level. So this is the first one. This is the F100. You can see here that the seams were pretty good. I ended up puttying them a little bit, but frankly, they came out pretty nicely on their own. If I was working with a young builder, I would probably be tempted to just leave them like this. You might notice, and oh, by the way, the bottom seams were not nearly as good, but I just, again, this is more or less a paint mule, so I just decided to put it together and sand it up a little bit, but I didn't go too crazy with it. Now, you'll notice I do not have the landing gear on this. I wish I could tell you that was because it was my intent to build an in-flight model. That was not the case. For some reason, the struts for the rear wheels were missing on this kit, and for the price I paid for it, I didn't think it was necessarily worth it to go out and try to get the new parts. Now, here's the thing. If I decide not to use this as a paint mule, the top end looks pretty good, and I was considering mounting this in a shadow box, maybe mounting it kind of like this, and just painting a sky behind it and letting it go. Overall, pretty nice kit. If you want a nice short kit, doesn't take a lot of time, pick this one up. It's pretty good. And then we get to the MiG. Now, my confession to you is I'm not sure what country this is from. They had markings for a Russian plane, and they had this other marking. I thought this was the Egyptian flag. Turns out it is not. And when I looked up the markings and the flag, the nearest one to it that I could find was a red stripe on the top, a black stripe on the bottom, and 2 green stars, which is Syria. But this one has 3 green stars on the flag, so I'm not sure exactly what this is. Maybe some of you who are watching can tell me, and I would really appreciate it. Again, I Googled for quite a while and did not find it. Overall, again, nice kit. There are a few issues. The seams were pretty good. All in all, the seams were pretty good. If you had a young builder putting this together, they could be pretty successful with it. You can, again, I filled up the seams and stuff, and I think overall it came out pretty good. This is the problem. I don't think you're going to be able to see this, but there's nothing in here. This is a hollow tube all the way to the cockpit. I would have loved to have had some kind of a thing in here, if not an engine or part of an engine, then maybe just something that's not a hole. The F100 at least had a cap on the end, and it was full, so I could just paint that black, and it at least looked like there was something in there. Overall, I had a fairly good time putting these kits together. Again, it's not high-end stuff, okay? It's not. If you're looking for something that's high-end, that's going to have lots of details and everything, you're going to have to look somewhere else. But if you want to put together a nice, simple couple of kits, this is not a bad one to pick up. By the way, these also both came with battle damage parts. Now, I decided just to hold those because that's going to be more painting practice for me. Eventually, like I say, I'll probably put the F100 in a shadow box. The MiG is definitely going to be a paint mule. But overall, I had a good time. I had fun, and that's important because model building's supposed to be fun. Guys, have a great day. Take care.